Some trails feel wrong the moment you step onto them, and sometimes the thing following you isn't human at all. This happened to my grandfather, Richard Cole, back in 2019. He was 70 years old and lived in a quiet town surrounded by woods in Vermont. Every evening he walked his dog, Max, along an isolated trail behind his neighborhood. One cold October night, he went out later than usual. The trail was completely silent. No people, no animals, just dead leaves blowing across the path. About 10 minutes into the walk, Max suddenly stopped and began growling toward the trees. Then my grandfather heard footsteps behind him, slow, crunching against the leaves. He turned around quickly. Nobody was there. The footsteps stopped. Trying to ignore it, he continued walking. But a few moments later, the footsteps returned, closer this time. Max became nervous, pulling hard on the leash. That's when my grandfather noticed a tall figure standing farther down the trail. The man wore dark clothes and stood perfectly still beneath the trees. Something about him felt wrong. My grandfather turned around immediately and started heading back home. A few seconds later, he heard the footsteps speeding up behind him. He looked back again. The stranger was much closer now, smiling, a cold, unnatural smile. My grandfather reached into his pocket and grabbed the pepper spray he always carried. As he hurried around a bend in the trail, someone suddenly grabbed him from behind and tried dragging him into the woods. Max barked violently while my grandfather struggled to break free. Without thinking, he sprayed the pepper spray directly behind him. The man screamed and released him instantly. My grandfather ran all the way home with Max beside him. Police searched the area later that night but found nothing. But 3 days later, another person disappeared near the same trail. Only their dog leash was ever found. After that, the trail was permanently closed. And according to my grandfather, even years later, Max still growled whenever he looked toward those woods. If you ever hear footsteps behind you at night, don't wait to find out who's there. Subscribe now because some stories never really end. Some trails